I'm Simona Cotoni, and you're watching Awaz News. Cabinet ministers dodge cushions on Trudeau's ties to World Economic Forum. Canada to resume express entry draws for skilled workers in near term. Ontario labour market back to pre-COVID levels, but recovery uneven. Canada commits troops, sanctions Russia as Kremlin orders troops into Ukraine. Nova Scotia announces plan to drop vaccination passport system. GTA home prices have surged 453% over the last 25 years. Fire at Mississauga Liberal MP Peter Finesca's office deemed suspicious. Workers don't feel safe. Union calls for more protections for TTC staff against rising assaults. Blue Jackets top Toronto 4-3 on lane overtime goal. Conservative MP Colin Carey had a question for members of parliament on Monday regarding their involvement in World Economic Forum, the globalist that has received attention as for its use of global instability as a window of opportunity to intensify its agenda. Kerry asked ministers if they were on board with the WEF agenda before he was cut off by the speakers of House due to the very clear audio being really bad. Kerry said he was asking on behalf of its constituents.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I listened to my colleague's speech. I had a constituent that wanted me to ask a question about outside interference to our democracy. Klaus Schwab is the head of the World Economic Forum, and he bragged how his subversive WEF, World Economic Forum, has, quoted, infiltrated governments around the world. He said that his organization had penetrated more than half of Canada's cabinet. I was wondering, in the interest of transparency, could the member please name which cabinet ministers are on board with the WEF's agenda? My concern is the deputy.
Order. I know that the member was in a really good question there, but the audio is really bad and the video is really bad as well. And I apologize. I don't know if.
Fraser sat down with the president and CEO of the Business Council of Canada, Goldie Hyder, for a discussion on Canadian immigration. While the immigration minister said there was no announcement on when CEC would resume, he suggested that they will return in the near future and that express entry would start to look more like normal in the coming years. We do need to resume in the near future draws for federal skilled workers, Fraser said. If you actually look at the immigration levels plan over the next couple of years, the balance is shifting back, and by the year 3, a record number of federal skilled workers, including through the Canadian Experience class, will be welcomed to Canada. Ontario's financial watchdog says that overall, the province's labor market has rebounded to pre-pandemic levels, but the recovery has been uneven across sectors and regions. The Financial Accountability Officer released a report today saying Ontario's labor market performed well in 2021, adding 344,000 jobs and seeing the unemployment rate drop to 8% from 9.6% in 2020. But the FAO says employment among young workers and people in low-wage, customer-facing jobs such as food, service, and retail remains below 2019 levels, as does the labor market in 11 of Ontario's 16 major cities. Nova Scotia Premier Tim Houston said on Wednesday that the remaining restrictions in the province will be lifted on March 21st if all things stay on course. This is significant, and I know as much as this is the news, so many have been waiting for. There are many others who are extremely nervous by that news, Houston said during a press conference. But no matter what emotions you're experiencing right now, we can all agree that this has been a long run. The province currently has 11 people in ICU with 49 in hospital.
So we'll start off, I guess. Today we'll be announcing that, assuming everything stays on course, effective March 21st, all remaining COVID restrictions in Nova Scotia will be gone, effective March 21st. So This is significant, and I know as much as this is the news so many have been waiting for, there are many, many others who will be extremely nervous by that news. But no matter the emotions you are experiencing right now, we can all agree that this has been a long, long run. Over the last 2 years, we've been through an unimaginable journey as a province, as Nova Scotians. We've seen tragedies that are unparalleled. We've experienced all the ups and downs of COVID itself. We've mourned together for those who have lost loved ones. We've celebrated together when the virus eased and restrictions allowed. We delayed weddings, funerals, birthdays, and delayed hugs. We haven't seen our grandchildren, but we did come out in incredible numbers to support our families, friends, neighbors, and really our entire province by getting vaccinated.
The report found that GTA home prices have risen by about 7% on average over the last 25 years, easily outpacing the rate of inflation. But the acceleration in prices have varied depending on where in GTA you live. The RE/MAX report said the new construction have a significant factor in sales and prices gains in GTA over the last quarter century, but it notes that Peel and York regions are now approaching built out, with the focus of developers expected to shift from freehold to higher density homes in the coming years. Peel Regional Police Constable Heather Kennan said emergencies were called to a commercial plaza near Burnhamthorpe and Tompkin Road at 4:19 a.m. Tuesday for a report of a fire. She said detectives from Peel Police and Ontario Fire Marshal's office are investigating the incident. The door to the Finesca's office in the plaza was covered with a wooden board on Wednesday, along with the door to a neighboring burger restaurant. A security camera placed above Finesca's office appeared to be smeared in a white or gray spray paint. Investigators are asking anyone who may have witnessed the incident to contact them. The union representing Toronto transit workers is part of nationwide effort calling for more measures to protect employees after 2 TTC workers were violently assaulted earlier this month. On Wednesday, the union representing Toronto transit workers and ATU Canada held a news conference on the rising number of assaults against transit workers across the country. Columbus, Ohio, Patrick Lane scored his second goal of the game 20 seconds into overtime to lift Columbus to a 4-3 victory over Toronto Maple Leafs on Tuesday night, the Blue Jackets' third straight win. Thank you for watching Awaz News. Stay tuned for more updates.